Hello everyone, welcome to this update devlog video of my game jam game Pakko and Ice that I made last Midsummer weekend. Now I didn't have any plans to actually keep working on this, but I had a few ideas on what I wanted to do with the game and what I could add to it and such to actually properly release it. I also had friends and co-workers who played it who gave me feedback and ideas. And frankly, I don't like leaving any project that I like so-called finish in a certain state that I'm not happy with. So I decided, it's not good enough. I'll just keep working on it and we'll see what happens. And yeah, so I figured I'd hopefully make a shorter video this time and go through a list on my whiteboard. So starting with getting this to run on mobile, because as I said in the previous video, that was the idea. Like I want the game to, it should be something that can be on mobile. And well, yeah, in the past I've worked mainly with mobile. I work with Unity, and I've had so many issues getting Unity to work with Android and Java and all that. I've spent so much time like troubleshooting. Now setting this up for Godot was so easy. It almost felt like I cheated in a way, which I didn't do. I mean, it took 10 minutes and it was so smooth, so easy. And I don't have my phone plugged in right now. Normally you get the Android thing up here when it's plugged in, but yeah, it was that easy. I plugged it in, I installed everything that I needed, I plug in the phone in, the Android thing shows up here, I click it, it takes 20 seconds to compile this, and it runs it on the phone. And yeah, it's really surprising which is pleasant surprise for once. Yeah, so I got it running on my phone, so that's good. Now when I launched it on the phone, the character would move like this. I would be able to press on the screen and it would like move the cursor, and it would also, the character moves as well. It wouldn't actually move the character, right? It wouldn't like move it like this. And this is thing in Godot where you can have mouse clicks be touch inputs and all that, which is great for playing it on PC, like now. But when it actually compiles, it's not gonna work, right? So I had to script an actual touch input, which is what I did. So now it works on my phone. So after getting it to actually compile and run on my phone, fixing the touch input, it was time to fix something that you probably noticed, and that's the resolution and size of things. So in my previous in my game jam, I had this. So this resolution kind of made sense. This, like I said in the previous video, is the highest resolution for a tablet that I could find, but it's not 16:9. Now you can, I've actually done this in my project, but you can set it to not scale, but like keep like filling, instead of having black bars, it will fill this depending on your resolution. So I have that set now in my project and it works really well, but I wanted to have like an actual resolution. So I picked, I have a Samsung S8, so I took one of the Samsung like phone resolutions and it's made 16:9 like this, and it works really well. I had to change the scale of things, obviously. That also goes for the stamina meter. Like stamina meter is way larger, as you could probably tell, and that's because on the phone I wanted to like display around your finger, right? So when you press it, you can still see the stamina meter around your finger, so you don't have to like have weird angles and whatnot. And I did consider making a completely different stamina meter, like having it in the UI or something, but I like this, like the way it works now, and I rather make that work. And yeah, if I can't get it to work, I will just make something else. So yeah, so now when I finally had all that sorted, I could move on to one of the first things I wanted to do. And if we look at this picture here, in the game jam, game, I would spawn 10 penguins, or I wouldn't spawn, I place these, right? So I place them in the scene. There are 10 of them, you pick them up, so it's always, you know, they're always the same. I wanted to randomize these, so what I did was, the first iteration I did was, you start it and it would spawn pickups randomly, so I could tell it, okay, I want 5, 10, 15, spawn them, and it would spawn all of them on screen. Now, there's one thing I don't like about that, like, I don't like the idea that you would be able to see all of them at once, right? So I was thinking, well, what if you see one, and when you pick that one up, you spawn the next one. So I rescued one, and it spawns another one, right? And this way you can't really plan ahead, you know. If you see all 5 of them at once, you're like, okay, I go this one, I get that one, and I mean, that could be cool, but it also allows players to go really, really slowly and plan ahead, and you know, we'll get to that one soon. But yeah, I've changed it. As you can see, it will only spawn one pickup. When you pick up that pickup, it spawns the next one, and it keeps counting. And yeah, when you reach the amount that you need for the level, you're done, and you will move on. Now, the idea here is that it will keep scaling up, and that's another reason why I changed it. The first level has 5, and then, you know, I'll add 5 more, so it's 10, and then 15, 20. Like, that becomes an issue with the first iteration of random spawning, because if you think about it, imagine you're playing this on your phone, and let's say you need 5 of them. You see 5 of them, and you're like, okay, I go pick them up, nice. The next one has 10, you can see all 10. You know, it keeps going. But if you keep scaling that, let's say you have a level where you need to pick up, I don't know, 50, which is like outrageous, but if you need to pick up 50 of them, how would that look? Like, I've actually tried this in the first iteration that I made of this randomized spawner, and 50 does not look good. Like, having 50 of them on screen looks bad, and like, they would spawn close, like, next to each other, so you could get 2 without any effort and all that. So that also solves that issue. So I'm gonna go with this for now, and we'll see if I change or improve it in some way going forward. But yeah, after I did that, I had this really, well, the first thing I did was I fixed the score. So I changed the actual UI score here. It will now actually pick and change it appropriately. So I now have the score and the pickups, and you know, in each level I will define how many pickups you need. So every time you start a level, it's like, okay, you need 10. The level has 10 specified pickups to spawn here, you know, and then adds it, so I don't have to do that manually, which is nice. It still counts the score as it used to. So yeah, after I fixed that, I had something really annoying that, I don't know, I'm not sure if you guys noticed that. You can see it in the screenshot, but before I fixed the movement of the player would actually look toward, I mean, it still looks toward, the sprite would be proper, right? He's actually sliding on his side. That's something I tried to fix. I didn't manage to do that in time, and I was like, I'll just leave it, and now I fixed it. Obviously you can see it's actually looking, actually sliding forward, you know, which is what I wanted. So that's nice. Yeah, and the last thing that I wanted to make was a timer. Now, the timer comes from actually a coworker of mine who, when he played the Game Jam version, he would like do this, right? He would just slowly go across the ice, pick them up, and then he would go back. He would go really slow. And I was thinking, you know, maybe I should prevent slow movement, or at least discourage it. And this is, I think, this is very interesting, very important if you design systems or design games, that you don't really want to punish players that, you know, for example, punish players that go slowly. In this case, I have a book called the World of Warcraft Diary, which I backed on Kickstarter, and there's a really, I think it's a pretty famous example by now, but where they, in World of Warcraft early on, they saw that a lot of people played their game for hours and hours, right? So they would play it for 8, 10, 12, 14 hours non-stop. And Blizzard, they were like, yeah, well, we don't want that, you know, because it's not healthy for you. So the first thing that they did was to actually punish players. So if you know, the longer you would play, you would receive less experience. Now obviously you don't like that, as players absolutely hate that, you know, because you're punishing them for playing the game that they enjoy, you know, for hours and hours and hours. I mean, it's their choice, right? So what they did was they changed it to what is now, which is the rested system. So instead of punishing the players that play for a long time, they would instead make it so if you don't play your character for a certain amount of time, and it's like sitting in the inn or a rested area, whatever, when you get back, you get bonus experience, right? So you don't punish the players who play too long, or like hours upon hours. You reward players who don't, right? So my idea here, I don't want to prevent players from going slow. If they want to go slow, you know, do it. But I want to do something that, you know, matters. You know, I want to have like a leaderboard or something, or like some sort of score system when you finish a level. So the idea right now is that, you know, in each level you have a certain amount of pickups you have to pick up, or penguins you gotta rescue, whatever. But what really matters is how quickly you do it, right? Because you're always gonna be able, well, you're gonna be able to pick them up and finish the level, and it's like, okay, then there's no real score in a way. So I was like, okay, well, I'll add a timer, and what essentially happens is you want to go fast, right? Because you know that, okay, in this level I need to pick up 5 penguins. Okay, so if I have a timer, I obviously want to do that as quickly as I possibly can, because as soon as I'm done, it's like, okay, good job, you finished the level, you picked them all up without dying, and it took you this long, you know. That's the most basic thing that I can come up with for this. So yeah, I added a timer, and then I added the UI element to it, and yeah, that's pretty much that's all I've done this weekend. You know, it was a shorter weekend this time. It was only Saturday and Sunday, so I had one day less to work on this, but I feel like I got a lot done. There's still a lot more to do, but I'm quite happy with this, and yeah, I'm gonna look at, as you can see, I have a few more things I want to look at. There's some really cool stuff that I can do, and yeah, we'll see when I work on this on the next update, which will happen sometime in the future. I don't know, we'll see. I'll keep going at it, and yeah, I will see you guys next time.